It has been told that during the Battle of Baltimore, Francis Scott Key, an attorney, rowed over to a British warship to seek the release of some American prisoners. The British were willing to release the prisoners as they believed that they were about to win the war. The last phase was an all-out assault of Fort McHenry and then surrender. With the rocket's red glare and the bombs bursting in air, the American flag continued to fly over the rampart. Yet after 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours of bombing, Key squinted through the gloom and smoke, preparing himself to see the British flag flying over the rampart. The prisoners under the boat asked, "Where is our flag? Is our flag still flying?" The British admiral said, "Your people are insane. Don't they understand that this is an impossible situation?" Francis Scott Key remembered what George Washington had said. The thing that sets the American Christian apart from all other people in the world is that he will die on his feet before he lives on his knees. All that Francis Scott Key could hear was the men below the ship praying, "God, keep that flag flying where we last sighed." Sunrise came, a heavy mist hanging over the land, and there stood the flag on the rampart, completely entrenched in a crazy angle, but still flying. That flag had suffered repetitious hits. But when it fell, men, fathers and sons, who knew what it meant for that flag to be on the ground, although knowing that all British guns were trained on it, walked over and held it up humanly until their deaths. Their bodies were then removed and others came to take their place. My friends, what held that flagpole in place at that unusual angle were patriots' bodies. Good evening. As the middle school student body president, I'm honored to be here representing the students of Orange County Classical Academy. I'm a sixth-generation citizen of Orange County, and my family loves it here. Over 3 years ago, Dr. Jeff Barkey and Mark Bucher envisioned a school for our community where students would be inspired with the pursuit of wisdom, moral excellence, and civic virtue. And today, despite a pandemic and a world that questions the very idea of classical education, we stand here as a testimony to their effort because, believe it or not, we have thrived. We have thrived despite the odds. We have a remarkable capacity to achieve and overcome. The tenacity of our country's founding fathers comes to mind. Our latest challenge came with our campus upgrades and the absurd amount of costly requirements. But we overcame. We thrived with the help of our community. We sacrificed and we will not quit. We have grit and we have the spirit of America in our hearts. When I remember the story that I shared to you about our national anthem and our flag still flying after that impossible battle, I can't help but think about the reason why we are all here tonight and the important battle of my generation. I know it may seem like a stark contrast, but if you knew what was at stake, if you knew the attack on the children of Orange County through our broken education system, you would know that the very lives, innocence, and morals of our children are on the line. Who will hold up our flag? Who will come and be a part of the biggest comeback in the history of American education? I implore you tonight to become a co-laborer with the founders, parents, staff, and school leaders of OCCA. For education, for the future, for my fellow students here in Orange County. OCCA has already inspired other schools across the nation to rise up, and I ask you to rise to the occasion. While many others are running from our state, we say no. We stay, we fight, and with the faith in our hearts that there are still strong patriots left here on our Fort McHenry of Orange County, our flag shall still fly, and we will have an extraordinary victory. God bless you, God bless America, and God bless OCCA.